Before Constellation Episode 8 was released, Peter Harness, the creator of the show, gave an interview where he revealed a lot about what's going on in the series. And I'm happy to say that he confirmed many things that I have been theorizing on this channel. For example, he said there are two realities. It's a mirrored reality and a kind of superposition, liminal space in between the two, where kind of both things can happen at once. So this confirmed that there are two realities and a liminal space on the show, instead of three or more realities as some people were theorizing about. Now that we know what's really going on, we can look at episode 8. I know most of us were expecting answers from this episode instead of more questions it left us with. I can see how this could be disappointing for some, but I actually enjoyed the new mysteries episode 8 presented us with, and I already have theories and explanations for them. For example, who were the men Joe saw in the rehab facility? And why there was only one of them playing chess later on? What is the meaning of Joe's ultrasound? Is her baby a liminal baby? Was this liminal space Joe who released both Paul and Joe's capsules? What happened to Joe's left eye? Let's take a look at these questions. Joe's new baby. Even though at the end of the episode, Joe accepted her new reality and decided to have a fresh start with her new family, she also turned out to be pregnant. If she's 4 weeks pregnant, that means she conceived after she returned from space, which makes Magnus the father. But there's an interesting twist as the ultrasound showed. The mother is from Universe A, the red universe where this Joe originally came from, but the father is from Universe B, where this Magnus has been living. So this baby is going to have parents from different universes, hence the double twin structure we saw on the ultrasound. It looked quite similar to what Henry saw during his tests for the Cal device. In my opinion, the baby or the babies will be twins or counterparts that will occupy the same universe. And Joe's stomach, or what's in it, the amniotic fluid, is like a liminal space that allows for two counterparts to exist within the same place. Or maybe it will be just one baby that will be able to move in between universes as she or he is from both realities. What do you think? The old man and Joe's eye. You might say, what the hell one has to do with the other, but hear me out. I have a very interesting theory. So when Joe first followed the sound in the facility and opened the little window to see where the sound came from, she saw two old men, right? The right one was closer to her face and the left one was a little more far away. But later, when we saw the same room, there was only one man who was playing chess by himself. So where did the second one go? Here's where this is linked to Joe's left eye. As we know, the other Joe's left eye got injured in space and the Joe on Earth has been feeling pain in her left eye ever since she returned. In episode 8, her right eye reacted normally to light, but nothing changed in her left eye. Her left pupil stayed the same. Does this mean she became blind in her left eye? No, on the opposite. Her left eye now allows her to see things from the other universe. So when she looks into that room, her right eye sees the guy who's there in that universe, but her left eye sees the guy in the other universe who's in the same condition. I think Joe's left eye now allows her to see stuff from the other reality, which is quite interesting. In Universe B, there's only one old man in the facility, as Irina says and a later shot proves.
There is only one man.
But Joe sees two because she can see both realities now. Let me know if it makes sense. Now, for the old guy, Irina said that he was the first man in space. I'm gonna take you back to episode 3 when Joe and her astronaut friends were visiting the memorial park to drop flowers on Paul's grave. There, Ilya says exactly this. Gagarin was not first in space. It was Vladimir Ilyushin, but he crashed in China, so they brought him back home and locked him up. So it is obvious that the old man Irina has locked up in the facility is indeed Vladimir, the first man in space. In episode 3, the other astronauts acted like this was a conspiracy theory, but it turned out to be the truth. I'm guessing the same man is locked up in both universes, although there's no Irina in the other universe, so I wonder who's in charge of the facility there. What do you think about all of this? Joe. I and most of you did theorize that the Joe that was left in the ISS was not entirely dead. I assumed she was in some sort of a liminal state, both alive and dead at the same time. Episode 8 showed that she's in fact alive even though half her face is gone. So I believe this is liminal space Joe, sometimes alive, sometimes dead. Sometimes alive like Joe who lives in Universe B now, and sometimes dead like Joe who died in space. I believe the ISS and the Joe that we saw belong to a liminal space because there was still the Cal device there in one of the shots. We know that there was an Akel device in one universe and it returned back to Earth in the other, so this must be the liminal space ISS. At least we know that she was the Jo who helped both astronauts when they needed help with the release of their capsule. Timeline and other important details. In my previous video, I argued that there could be a 2-year time difference between the two realities since we kept seeing different dates, 2021 and 2023. But episode 8 kind of proved that both universes are in 2021. Apparently, Bud threw the conspiracy theorist into the sea in October 2021 and shot Paul in November 2021. In episode 1, the accident at ISS also happened in 2021. So it looks like all the times we saw 2023 were continuity errors the editors missed, or is there something I'm missing? I still do believe that time moves differently in two realities though. This character appears older in Universe A compared to her counterpart in Universe B. Alice is also 11 in Universe A, but Wendy was 9 in Universe B, even though they are supposed to be the same age. Something's going on here, but I can't figure out what. Enlighten me if you have any ideas. A quick run of important details. Now we know Valia is short for Irina's middle name, Valentina. Trauma or heightened emotional state seems to cause a switch in realities for our characters. That's what happened to Bud after he shot Paul, and to Paul after he got shot. The song that Jo sang while she was playing the piano was a Swedish folk song that can be translated as Mother Troll's Song. This ties into the changeling painting and the story about the changeling that Alice talked about in a previous video. The story is about a troll who takes a woman's child and leaves her own troll child in her place, so now the woman becomes a foster mother to the troll child. Doesn't this sound familiar? Now Jo has to act like a mother to a child that isn't hers. Fantastic parallel if you ask me. Overall review. Do I have a problem with the fact that the finale didn't give us many answers? Yes, a little. But did it curtail my enjoyment of the entire season? No, absolutely not. I like the fact that Bud got what he wanted and returned to his original reality where he was supposed to be the hero and the Nobel Prize winner. I find it interesting that Henry is now suffering the consequences of Bud's actions. Bud got his revenge after all. I am also okay with the fact that both Jo and Alice decided they should accept their circumstances as they are. Jo doesn't know any way to return to her real Alice, so she'll have to do with this Alice. In the end, you get to live the life that faith presents you with, not the life that you wish you had. It's a depressing but realistic message. Constellation has not been renewed for season 2 yet, but I hope Apple TV does it. It has been amazing to talk about our different theories and have discussions in the comments. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did too. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.